This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the March 4th, 2026 Board of Public Works meeting. I'll make a motion to open this evening's meeting.
I second the motion.
Thomas Pillsbury,
Yes.
Leah Strode,
Yes.
both in favor, motion carries.
All right, item number 1 on our agenda, public speak. No one wishes to address the board. Move on to item number 2, approval of the February 25th, 2026 meeting minutes. Were you able to review what was prepared?
Yes.
Any issues?
No.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve the minutes as prepared.
All right. I second the motion.
Thomas Pillsbury,
Yes.
Leah Strode,
Yes.
both in favor, motion carries.
All right, item number 3 on the agenda, continued discussion of water sewer rates for FY 27, 28, and 29. I had a pretty thorough discussion last week at our last February meeting. I think our goal for this evening is to kind of narrow down the amount of options we've had Rayburn prepare for us.
Yeah.
And sort of thin down their summary findings and recommendations to, a couple of their models and then maybe a couple of ours, just to have as a final document that we can consider in a public hearing.
Right.
Do we think we'll have them present it at the public hearing, or will we just make is it better to have it walk through, or are they planning to join us, or?
I can have them join us, it's whatever you're more comfortable with.
I think since we just had, if it's not an impact, I think it would be probably good, because we only had them on teleconference the first time.
Yep. I'll see if they can either be here. That would be 3:18.
Yes, yeah, that's what we're gonna discuss.
Hopefully they can be here in person.
Yeah. And they don't have any issue with one last draft of the report?
No, not at all.
To tighten
No.
it down?
No, they're more than willing to, whatever we wanna.
Did you give any thought as to what out
What to put forward.
out of the 11 models we have, I think?
Yeah. The very first one Rayburn presented, I think is kind of useful.
Exactly, my thought as well.
To set the stage.
Yeah.
I would like that to get presented.
Yeah, that's the straight flat 5% across the board.
Yes.
I agree, because my thinking was that is the most streamlined version of their recommendation of a 5% rate is what we need to keep enterprise funds solvent to tackle the capital enterprise or capital expenses. The only drawback is it does not increase fixed ratio, which it clearly demonstrates as keeping that at 11 across the board.
Yeah.
And I also thought it would be good to show option 2, which is sort of their aggressive shift to tackle the fixed ratio, but then showing how that disproportionately impacts small users. And then probably present as a third option the one I prepared, and then as a fourth option the 6th one that you prepared was kind of my logic.
Okay, so we were thinking exactly the same thing.
So we have, the baseline of what's required, which addresses revenue. Then we have their aggressive option to show how could we address fixed ratio. And then we have our 2 models which try and make that more equitable while raising fixed ratio and getting our introducing our tiered. And then that gives us our 5% net.
Yep.
It's kind of what I was thinking. Then in the public hearing, we'll probably just flip a coin or make a decision between my more elaborate lever pulling and your flat thing that gets us pretty much to the same spot. So.
I think something that I would definitely want to be included and in documents for the public hearing or would be this cumulative impact analysis you have at the bottom here, where we can kind of talk about household impacts as
Yeah.
well.
So we can ask Rayburn to kind of bring that into their final assessment slide of each one, whether they use my numbers or generate their own, but just to show, how it would impact households.
Right.
Since that's, I think, they all get the job done of funding the enterprise. It's just how they get applied across and then that gives us a decision point to focus on, because otherwise they're basically all keeping you funded.
Yeah, and I think, just again, like setting the stage, a conversation about why costs are increasing. Or not, I mean, not why, I mean,
But yeah, no, why
like why rates are increasing.
Yeah, why this is being addressed, and I think we can go through it a little,
Cover some of that in the report.
in the
right?
report, like that's the big, well, also keeping in, I mean, their baseline one is the no increase model. So I would, that's a default in the report as kind of their findings as to the state of the enterprise.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the 5%, the 50% base one, and then alt 1 and alt 6, I think.
So it's alt 1 and alt 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the beginning of the report sort of sets the stage. The no change option shows that after FY '27, we're negative each year in the enterprise, so. Okay, not multitasking. You took notes for what to ask Rayburn?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. I just realized we were talking and I was
Yep.
not.
So their first proposal was 5% across the board. Their option 2 with its disproportionate impact on small users, and then the 2 models you both that are alt 1 and alt number 6.
In the packet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was. Yeah, and then also, I mean, it's part of the no increase model would also stay as part of their finding. I think that would be a good presentation for the public.
Yep. Well, there's a lot without like way too much, you know what I mean?
No, and it's, yeah. I guess my only request is if they could have that to us a week before the public hearing.
Yeah,
Take a look
I
at-
don't think it's a huge.
No, it's literally just
It's kind of
editing,
done, it's just some editing and yeah.
and then that way we can go through it individually
So you don't.
Yep.
in case there's
Try to have
any.
it for you guys at the first part of next week.
I'd like to QA/QC it a little,
Yep.
just to not see a cut and paste error in the public hearing. So I guess
Not
then,
contentious,
what's that?
not contentious.
No, I didn't think, I was joking. So with that, do we want to make a motion to move this to a public hearing on March 18th at 5:30 to finalize our discussion and make a selection? Then I will make a motion to have a public hearing on Wednesday, March 18th at 5:30 in conference room 1 to review and finalize water and sewer rates for FY '27, '28, and '29.
Excellent, I second the motion.
Thomas Mulsberry,
Yes.
Leah Strode,
Yes.
both in favor, motion carries.
All right.
Cool. Well, I don't have a whole lot to report to you guys tonight. We feel like we've been meeting a lot or something, I don't know, but.
It's been a week. We've had a storm.
Yeah, I know, that's all I really got. I mean, we had, quite the snow event yesterday throughout the day. It didn't do a whole lot, and then when it decided it was gonna do something, it did a whole lot, so, it was quite a mess. The guys were here all night. We had one truck go down in the storm with a leaf spring issue on the rear axle. We had to have that towed down to Springfield to get repaired today, so I didn't get an update before the end of the day about where that's at, but I should have it back hopefully first part of next week.
Relatively old piece of equipment in the fleet? or
I think
just a-
it's like an 08.
Hmm.
But we've been having some suspension issues with it that we thought were resolved, and we're not, so.
Trying the next week plan?
Yeah. So, just so a couple other things in your letter going on. Tomorrow I'm scheduled to speak with some vocational training program students at Northampton High School that are in a pre-apprenticeship program with that the state's put together. So they talked me into going and speak to students at Smith Vocational. We take the co-op students from there. And then somehow I ended up at Northampton High tomorrow too, but it was good. I like doing that. So Monday I'll be doing a presentation for the Municipal Leadership Academy, the City Council program, here from 6, probably here to about from 6 to about 7 or so, and then we'll do a quick tour of the Water Department facility. That's what I usually do with that group. And then Tuesday, the City Council Public Safety Committee.
Full agenda.
Yeah, busy stretch of time. And hopefully the weather stays the way that's forecasted and things start turning the way we need them to here. So, but as far as projects and everything, you know, lots of stuff is really just at a standstill between the aerator project being contractor being out in the eastern part of the state, all the snow that they got, and these other storms keep coming around. So we're just waiting to hear back from MassDOT about Main Street still. So things are really, we're very close to having the Fort Hill paving project out to bid, but it's not really much further along than it was last week. So.
Understood.
Slow but progress.
It'll be spring soon and
Yep.
it'll all come at once.
Exactly.
Construction season will open. Is Union Street pretty much closed or is there any
Union Street is
spring
done.
work?
I did have to approve a trench permit for the gas company to come back through and raise their gates. I've asked them to hold off on that work until hot mix asphalt's available and the plants are back open.
Yes, it's cold
At
patch.
least most of the valves they need to get to they're not like in the wheel track or the travel lane. Most of the stuff's off the side of the road from what I could tell in the permits. So DPU requires them to get their shut off gates back to grade within 12 months of paving. They haven't done it yet, so I think they can wait a little bit longer for us. I want to get that and make sure that road gets put back
That's best.
as best as possible. So
Understood. I was just curious if there was any landscaping or live work.
no, everything's done.
It was all done.
Everything's done. Yeah, the project was turned over to us. It's finished.
Okay. All right, well. Any further discussion on anything we touched tonight? Save it for the 18th?
I guess, yeah, right.
All right.
I have one question. Do you want to keep it as an agenda item for,
I was literally just sitting here thinking, and I don't think so. I think.
okay, you'll
I think
just
we-
save
I
it
think
for the
we-
hearing
we
and that'll
closed
be it?
Yep.
Okay, all right, that was my only question. Okay, off my list.
Unless, I mean, I think it could all be for the hearing, but since Gil is not here, should we keep it just to have? But we'll save it for the hearing. I don't think-
Anybody can speak at the hearing, whether
Yeah.
it's a board member or a member of the public, so.
Yeah. Nope, yep, I think we will, after what, I don't know, 5-6 months it's been on the agenda.
Yeah.
We can let it go for the public hearing.
Okay,
Alright. With that, I will make a motion to adjourn this evening's meeting.
I second the motion.
Thomas Millsbury,
Yes.
Leah Strauss,
Yes.
those in favor? Motion carries.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.